Bear, what was your reaction when you heard the Cowboys were going to sign Greg Hardy?
You know, I'll tell you, I'm a biased person here. I'm a big Cowboys fan. I love them to death and want them to beat the Eagles every time they play. But at some point, being a sports fan gets trumped by being a father, husband, wanting to do what's right for women. So this is not a good thing by me. It's something that I don't think I'm going to be buying Hardy jerseys anytime soon.
Do you think it hurts your campaign that you started with that march and your efforts to put an end to domestic violence?
You know, in some ways, I don't think so. I think this attention on this issue is helping this. That, you know, for too long, that line was really vague. Okay, it was a gray area. I think that line's getting very clear now. You never, never, never hit a woman. In this case, common knowledge says he did. That's unacceptable by me, and he's going to have to deal with the repercussions of that. And I think I'm sorry that happened for the woman. I'm sorry it happened for him, but it did, and we got to deal with it going forward now.
Mayor, so you have a close relationship with the Cowboys. You're
Yes.
a big fan. You celebrated victory in Jerry Jones's suite.
Yeah.
You know, how is this going to change your relationship with the Cowboys going forward?
You know, it's something that I heard about, and I immediately called the Cowboys this morning. Had a couple of conversations with them because I wanted to hear their sides. They told me the things they did, what was going on. I'm going to still root for the Cowboys, and I believe it is a great entertainment for this area and brings us all together. That doesn't mean I have to agree with every play that's called and every person that's hired, and in this case, I don't.
Do you have trouble, I have trouble, trying to understand the opportunities, the second chances?
Yeah.
Everybody does something.
Yeah.
And yet, how do we rationalize what I think a lot of people would agree, people are entitled to second chances, with, I would argue, not playing in the NFL?
This is the question that this brings to bear. You know, I'm a big believer in redemption, and that someone can make mistakes and go on with their lives. Hopefully, that'll be the case for those SAE students from OU, that they will have life after that decision. The question is, how does that redemption take place? When does it take place? And to me, when you cross a serious line like this, time has got to be there, and you've got to kind of let that. Should anybody that crosses certain lines never get to do this again? I'm not sure I'm smart enough to say that, okay? And I think the marketplace has got to work it out. The one thing, I mean, the NFL is not very good at leading on social issues, but they are very good at following the marketplace, okay? And they are realizing that this is a serious issue, and I think people are going to be taking it serious. Players are going to be taking this more seriously. So I think this campaign is in some ways catching a lot of speed because of issues like this.
Do you want to go?
Oh, yeah, just real quick. As the Cowboys have brought in, you know, other players, Josh Brent. Do you feel like they have greater responsibility to society in general as a corporation? I mean, they're a private organization. I mean, do their hiring practices, really should reflect, society and how society overall feels about certain social issues?
I think that any company, whether it's Pizza Hut, AT&T, the Dallas Cowboys, have a responsibility to help lead a society towards a better society. That's part of making money off of them. And how that's done is critical. The Cowboys, when you and I set up here with thousands of people out there, the Cowboys that were there with me, Des was there with me, the old Cowboys were there with me, and so they've helped a contest where teams got to play at AT&T Stadium if they signed the pledge that you and I spoke about, Sarah. You know, that's great when they do things like this. This makes you take pause and say, is that setting the example that we want? I'm not here to comment about every decision the private market makes. I'm here to say that it's unacceptable, and as a Cowboys fan, this was a shot in the gut.
That was good. One last question. You know, this could send a message to young boys that, hey, no matter what you do off the field, you can still go play football. How would you respond?
I disagree. This says to me, if you hit a woman, you're going to be in big trouble, okay? And you're going to have ramifications. Maybe the result, if you're good enough, you know, you do get to play, okay? But it's not like just falling off a log here. Just the fact that you've had your comments, that people are talking about it. Look, this is not putting it under a rug. This is bringing it out in the open light. So ultimately, each situation is different. Each human being is going to have to make it in the world the way he or she has to. But I don't see this as kind of a easy pass. That's not the feeling I'm getting from it. Not when Dale Hansen yells at me. Okay.
And when you talked to the Cowboys, what sort of, did they give you that impression as well?
Look, they told me that they took this very seriously. They did an amazing amount of background checks, understood the details of this situation, structured the contract in certain ways that he would have to be held accountable. Those are all the things that they did from a business standpoint, felt it was the right thing for not only the team, but for him. But that's their decision, and they'll speak to those things.
Is zero tolerance too much?
No, I don't think so. The question is, what does it mean? What does zero tolerance mean? I think, to me, zero tolerance about hitting a woman is not too much. It's not too much to ask for that. The question is, once that happens, okay, what are the ramifications of that? What are the social ramifications, the commercial ramifications, the legal ramifications? I think it's gone from, well, if it's okay with the courts, it's okay with us. I think we've gone beyond that, and that's why people are talking about this issue.
Real quick, how has your perception of the Cowboys changed in the last year with bringing back Josh Brent, but they also brought in Michael Sam, and now you have the Greg Hardy situation?
Yeah, look, my viewpoint is more as a fan versus a mayor. And they had a great season this last year, and I rooted for them every which way. Whether they signed Michael Sam or not was a bit irrelevant to me. Their job isn't to make statements out there, pro or con. But there are some clear lines that they get over, and that's when I start to get worried about. And that's what it comes back to. It's not vagary anymore. This was common knowledge of this. And I hope he will be in 10 years a person we look back and say he changed a lot of young kids' lives because he dealt with this issue and he talked about it and he owned up to this issue. I hope that's the case.
You think he will?
I don't know. I don't know him well enough. I can't comment on that.